50 hits, and suddenly the skin that used to bounce back doesn't anymore. Fine lines deepen overnight. The jawline softens. Skin on the hands looks thinner, almost transparent, and no amount of expensive cream seems to stop it. Most people accept this as inevitable aging. They're told collagen production drops after 50, and there's nothing to be done except by supplements or consider procedures. But that's not how collagen actually works. The body doesn't just stop making collagen at 50. It stops making collagen when it doesn't receive the specific signals and raw materials it needs to build it. There's a morning routine that sends those signals. 5 steps. Takes 15 minutes. Costs almost nothing. Within weeks, skin texture changes. Within months, the visible signs reverse. Here's what those 5 steps are, why each one works at the cellular level, and what happens when they're done in the right sequence every morning. The routine starts with 1 cup of bone broth, heated until steaming. Bone broth contains glycine, proline, and hydroxyproline. These are the 3 amino acids that form the structural backbone of every collagen molecule in the body. Without adequate amounts of these building blocks, the body physically cannot synthesize new collagen regardless of how many other nutrients are present. Most people over 50 consume nowhere near enough of these amino acids through regular diet. Muscle meat contains very little. Plant proteins contain almost none. The body needs a concentrated source delivered first thing in the morning when cellular repair processes are most active. Bone broth provides this in the exact ratios the body uses to build collagen. 1 cup on an empty stomach ensures these amino acids get absorbed directly into the bloodstream without competition from other foods. The second step happens immediately after finishing the bone broth. 5 minutes of facial massage using upward strokes. This isn't about relaxation. It's about mechanical stimulation. Collagen production is triggered by mechanical stress on fibroblasts. These are the cells in the dermis layer of skin responsible for manufacturing collagen. When fibroblasts experience gentle pressure and stretching, they activate genes that increase collagen synthesis. The massage technique is specific. Start at the jawline and stroke upward toward the temples. Move to the cheeks and stroke upward toward the hairline. Press gently along the brow bone, moving outward. Use enough pressure to feel the skin move over the underlying muscle. This mechanical stimulation also increases blood flow to the facial tissue. Higher blood flow means more oxygen and nutrients reach the fibroblasts. It also helps remove metabolic waste that can inhibit collagen production. The third step is 15 minutes of direct morning sunlight exposure without sunscreen. This sounds contradictory to everything dermatology preaches, but the timing and duration matter critically. Morning sunlight between 7 and 9 a.m. has a different spectrum than midday sun. It contains primarily red and near-infrared wavelengths with minimal UVB. These red and near-infrared wavelengths penetrate deep into the skin. They stimulate mitochondria inside fibroblasts to produce more ADP. ADP is the energy currency cells need to manufacture proteins, like collagen. Red light also activates an enzyme called prolyl hydroxylase. This enzyme is absolutely essential for collagen stability. Without it, newly formed collagen strands fall apart before they can integrate into the skin structure. 15 minutes of morning sun provides the stimulation without the DNA damage that midday UV causes. After 9 a.m., UVB intensity increases and the benefits no longer outweigh the risks. Before 7 a.m., the beneficial wavelengths are too weak. The timing window is narrow but critical. The fourth step is consuming 1 tablespoon of grass-fed gelatin mixed into room temperature water or juice. Gelatin is hydrolyzed collagen. It's already broken down into smaller peptides that the body absorbs extremely efficiently. When these collagen peptides enter the bloodstream, they act as signaling molecules. The body detects their presence and interprets this as evidence that collagen is being broken down somewhere in the system. This triggers a compensatory response where fibroblasts ramp up collagen production to replace what appears to be lost. It's essentially tricking the body into making more collagen by making it think collagen is being degraded. Grass-fed sources matter, because conventionally raised animals are often given hormones and antibiotics that create inflammatory compounds in their tissues. These inflammatory compounds interfere with collagen synthesis, even as the amino acids provide building blocks. The gelatin must be consumed at least 30 minutes after the bone broth. If taken together, the digestive system processes them as a single large protein load. Separation ensures two distinct signaling events that amplify collagen production. The fifth and final step is 10 minutes of resistance exercise targeting the face and neck. This goes beyond the earlier massage. This is intentional muscle contraction against resistance. The technique involves pressing the tongue firmly against the roof of the mouth while tilting the head back slightly. Hold for 10 seconds. Release for 5 seconds. Repeat for 2 minutes. Then make an exaggerated O shape with the mouth and hold for 10 seconds. Stretch the mouth into a wide smile and hold for 10 seconds. Alternate for 2 minutes. Finally, place both hands on the forehead and try to raise the eyebrows while pushing down with the hands. This creates isometric resistance. Hold for 10 seconds, rest for 5. Repeat for 2 minutes. These exercises create mechanical stress on the fascia and connective tissue underlying facial skin. This stress triggers the same fibroblast activation as the massage, but at a deeper level. The exercises also increase circulation to facial muscles. Better circulation means more nutrients and oxygen reach the skin from the inside out. These 5 steps work synergistically, but only when done in the correct order. The bone broth must come first on an empty stomach. If food is already in the digestive system, the amino acids compete for absorption. The concentration in the bloodstream drops significantly. The signaling effect weakens. The facial massage immediately follows while the amino acids are being absorbed. This creates a window where raw materials are entering the bloodstream at the same time fibroblasts are being mechanically activated to use them. The timing synchronization amplifies the effect. Sun exposure comes third because it takes approximately 10 to 15 minutes for the amino acids from bone broth to fully enter circulation. By the time sun exposure begins, the building blocks are available in the blood. The red light stimulation activates fibroblasts at the exact moment they have access to what they need to make collagen. The gelatin is consumed after sun exposure to create a second wave of amino acid availability. This extends the window during which fibroblasts have abundant raw materials. The resistance exercises come last because they create the deepest mechanical stimulation. After all the nutritional and light-based signals have been delivered, the exercises provide a final strong trigger for collagen production that persists for hours afterward. Doing these steps in any other order reduces effectiveness significantly. The sequence creates a cascade of signals and resources that compound on each other. Understanding what happens to collagen after 50 reveals why this routine works. Collagen production doesn't stop at 50. It slows down for 3 specific reasons. First, cellular energy production declines. Mitochondria inside fibroblasts become less efficient at generating ADP. Without adequate ADP, fibroblasts can't fuel the energy-intensive process of assembling collagen molecules. Red light exposure directly addresses this by stimulating mitochondrial function. Second, amino acid availability drops. Digestive efficiency decreases with age. The body absorbs less protein from food. Stomach acid production declines, which impairs protein breakdown. Even when protein is consumed, less of it gets converted into usable amino acids. Bone broth and gelatin provide predigested amino acids in forms that require minimal breakdown. They bypass the weakened digestive system. Third, mechanical stimulation decreases. Facial expressions become less animated. Physical activity often declines. The constant gentle stress that used to trigger collagen production throughout the day diminishes. The massage and resistance exercises restore this mechanical signaling. When all 3 factors are addressed simultaneously, collagen production increases regardless of age. The body has what it needs, receives the signals to use it, and generates the energy to do the work. Collagen makes up 75% of the dry weight of skin. It forms a mesh-like structure in the dermis layer. This mesh provides tensile strength, elasticity, and structural support. When the mesh is dense and well organized, skin appears smooth, firm, and resilient. As collagen degrades faster than it's replaced, the mesh develops gaps. The skin loses structural support. It begins to sag. Fine lines form where the mesh is weakest. Decreased collagen also affects skin hydration. Collagen molecules bind water. Less collagen means less water retention in the dermis. The skin becomes drier and thinner. When this morning routine increases collagen production, several changes occur simultaneously. New collagen strands fill in the gaps in the existing mesh. The dermis layer thickens measurably. Instruments can detect this thickening within 4 to 6 weeks. As the mesh becomes denser, skin regains tensile strength. Fine lines become less deep because the underlying support structure is stronger. Water retention in the dermis increases. Skin appears more hydrated and plump even without topical moisturizers. The changes are gradual but cumulative. Each day's routine adds a small amount of new collagen. Over weeks and months, this compounds into visible structural improvement. Results follow a predictable timeline. During the first 2 weeks, most changes happen internally. Fibroblasts increase collagen production, but the new collagen is still being integrated into existing skin structure. Visible changes are minimal. Some people notice their skin feels slightly firmer to the touch. Makeup may sit differently on the skin surface. Between weeks 3 and 6, visible changes begin. Fine lines around the eyes and mouth appear less pronounced. Skin texture becomes smoother. The face looks slightly more lifted, particularly around the jawline. These changes accelerate between weeks 6 and 12. Deeper lines soften noticeably. Skin on the hands looks less crepey. The overall complexion appears more even. Improvements continue beyond 12 weeks, but at a slower rate. The dramatic changes happen in the first 3 months. After that, the routine maintains and gradually enhances the results. Several factors affect how quickly results appear. Starting collagen levels matter. Someone with severely depleted collagen sees faster initial changes because there's more room for improvement. Consistency is critical. Missing days disrupts the cumulative effect. The routine works through steady, daily stimulation and nutrient delivery. Other lifestyle factors influence results. Adequate sleep, hydration, and protein intake throughout the day support the morning routine. Smoking, excessive alcohol, and high sugar intake work against it. Important considerations. The bone broth should be made from bones simmered for at least 12 hours. Shorter cooking times don't extract sufficient amino acids. Store-bought broth often doesn't meet this standard. Homemade is significantly more effective. For gelatin, look for products labeled as grass-fed and unflavored. Flavored versions often contain sugar and additives that create inflammation. Sun exposure should be on bare skin. Arms and legs can be exposed if facial sun exposure isn't possible. The key is getting red and near-infrared wavelengths on skin without sunscreen blocking them. Anyone with a history of skin cancer or extreme sun sensitivity should skip the sun exposure step and consider a red light therapy device instead. If this breakdown gave a clear, actionable routine for rebuilding collagen after 50, hit the like button. Subscribe for more anti-aging protocols based on how the body actually works. Share this with someone who's tired of spending money on creams that don't deliver results. And comment below which step you're most excited to try tomorrow morning. Keep the structure strong. Keep the signals consistent, and I will see you in the next one.